Welcome everyone to HFN, also known as HueFin News. Today's February the 9th, 2021. We're going to give y'all two monster growth stocks that are undervalued, and then we're going to see if we're going to add it here to our simulated portfolio for the long term in anticipation that it's going to increase in price. Now, before I go into that, if this is your first time watching our video, make sure before you go, hit the like button, share the video, and also subscribe to this channel in order to gauge and make sure that we are all in position of where the price is going to go. Make sure you do all those things that I just mentioned. So now you all can already see some of the stocks that are in our simulated portfolio. You can see the performance of them right now. The most gain that we're seeing right now is from Quad Graphics of about 27, almost 28%. The biggest loss that we're seeing right now in the simulated portfolio is for EQT, which is down 7.68%. But for the most part, you know, the portfolio looks pretty healthy. And another thing I wanted to show you all is that we're also showing you the analyst consensus of these stocks and their analyst price targets right here on the right side as well. Okay, so let us look at these other two monster growth stocks to see if we want to add them to our portfolio. Okay, our simulated portfolio. The first one is Kalera. This is one of the monster growth stocks that is anticipated to continue to see higher price movement. As you all can see on a daily time frame, we are seeing the market in a uptrend. That is one of the first things we need to try to get accustomed to, is creating the trend into the market for these stocks. All right, so we already identified it. The market in Kalera is in a uptrend. You all can see that there is very limited amount of price history on this particular product. Started all the way back here on January 2018, and we definitely saw the market come into a dip. Pretty much everything into the stock market went down for 2020. Kalera was not the exception. And then it bottomed out all the way down here towards $3, almost $4 as support. That is where the trend really started its movement higher price. All right. So we need to see whether or not we need to anticipate higher price movement for Kalera, because recently, I mean, the market has made all-time highs right here on the 25th of January. And we have that confirmation based on the volume that came in those 2 days. So the market in Kalera is very comfortable in trading above, you know, $12 all the way up there towards $15, $16 based off this month's volume. It lets us know that many of the large institutions are participating in this market. Okay, so we already established that the market in Kalera is in a uptrend, and you all can see here that this is the only thing in its way. I mean, market hitting restriction around $16. Okay, so we need to identify some areas of support, and there's only two that I am seeing on this chart, which is around $14 and then $13 would be the next area of support into the market for Kalera. Okay, look at this on a 5-day time frame, a very good indication that the market strength is still present for Kalera. What about on the weekly time frame? Are we still seeing that strength coming to the market in Kalera here? And we are. The only thing I really want to talk about is, in order for us to really see that bullishness and for this undervalued growth stock to go higher, it's $16. That is the only thing that is in its way. So we're going to continue to play the strength into the market in Kalera. Going to play it on the weekly time frame. Okay, we've identified $14 as the area of support, and then 13. Ultimately, we're going to hold it here around $14 first. But again, we can still see this market come all the way down to 13. And as long as this market does not break this ascending line, this particular stock will go higher in price. Okay, so we're going to continue to play the strength into the market for Kalera, and we are going to add it to our portfolio. Now, I want to look at the price target that these analysts who covers Kalera, how high they think the market price is going to go. Okay, so let's do this here. Going to increase this ascending line real quick. Excuse me. And we're going to play this on the weekly time frame. Now let's go ahead and take a look at what these analysts are talking about for Calera. So they got a price target for Calera around $22.50. Only 2 analysts are covering this particular stock. They have a moderate buy rating for it. And as you all can see, it's been a while since these analysts covered this particular stock. A couple of them are seeing some downside price. 2 of them are looking for the market to go substantially higher in price. Okay, so we'll take it around that $22 area for Calera. That would be, let's see, $22. That is literally about 44% market moving higher in price. Okay, for us, we're going to bring it down a little bit lower. Okay, we're going to be a little bit more conservative in how high we expect this market and Calera to go. Okay, so that is Calera. Let's go ahead and play that. Add this to our portfolio. And we're going to go ahead and, as always, we do 5 shares. Okay. Purchase price is at $15.31, which is fine. And that's it. So we got that one recorded in our portfolio. Now the next one that we're going to look at to see if we're going to add to the simulated portfolio is going to be a company called Textainer Group. TGH is the ticker symbol right here. Okay, so now this is the second monster growth stock that is undervalued. You all can see here as I zoom out that this particular stock is not in any particular trend. I mean, it is in an uptrend on a weekly basis, pretty much just like with Calera. We are still seeing this market in a uptrend over the last couple of weeks, but we have a lot of price history for this particular stock, which is an excellent thing for us to see. It gives us the ability to determine where support and restriction areas are at and where you can come in and expect to see some weakness. Okay, so let me zoom in a little bit closer, and already you can see that there is some restriction that we need to pay attention to into the market for Textainer Group, which is around $22. Okay, still got 17 days left and 10 hours on this current monthly price bar, but it looks pretty good, at least for us to come up towards $22. It'll be better if we were able to see the track come up to 24. That would be the next area of restriction into the market for Textainer Group. Okay, so yeah, we're still seeing strength here on the monthly time frame. The 3-week time frame, you guys can see that this market for Textainer also went through some weakness currently. Got 3 days and 10 hours left. So this area of support is at $18. So we're going to anticipate the market in Textainer Group to continue to go higher so long as it continues to hold $18 for us to come up there and try to tag out around 22. Okay, so switch this over to the weekly. We said that we will be expecting some restriction around $22. So if that only 7% market movement right now in Textainer Group, it's possible that this market can definitely come up there towards 24, but we would expect to see some restrictions, some selling around 22. That's about 16%, almost 17% market movement from where the market currently closed at. So the strength here, the strength is still here in Textainer Group from a weekly basis. The trend is still in play. So do you think we need to add this to the simulated portfolio? Let's look and see what the analysts are talking about for this particular stock. So right now we only have one analyst covering this. They got a price target of about $31. So within the next 12 months, they are expecting Textainer Group to be at $31. What do you all think? Do you think the market is really going to go that high? Because we already identified from the price chart that 22 and then possibly $24 is the areas of restriction. They're looking for 31. And that's about 50% away from where the market closed last. So we will play this. We're going to add this to the portfolio, but like I said, we would have to skim off a little bit around $22 to around $24 in the market ultimately for TGH. Okay, so let's go ahead and add TGH real quick. And we're going to do the 5 shares for the simulated portfolio. And the last price of it being traded was at $20.46. And there it is. All right, so we're going to watch these stocks, adding them to our portfolio real quick. Got a couple of moderate sells, a couple of buys, and 1 hold. But for the most part, we're going to continue to watch these particular stocks in this portfolio and see how it performs. All right, so what do you all think? Are these stocks pretty good? Do you think the market is weak on these particular stocks, or do you have any preference at all? Let us know with a comment in the comment section. And as always, make sure you maintain a profitability. Now you know what to do. Trade different.